Hello, everybody. Good afternoon. So it is Tuesday, February 2nd, and this is our phonics. I don't know what's going on here. This is our phonics lesson for today. We're going to go ahead and get started. Today's pretty short, actually. So we are on lesson 12 of unit 4. Right. So we are going to start with some mix-it-ups. So you need to listen carefully to the word that I say and which part of it is going to change, and then tell me what the new word is going to be. Okay. So we are starting with the word ban. Ban. And we are going to change the n to k. So the new word is going to be back. Very good. Our next word is the word late. Late. And we're changing the t to k. What is that new word going to be? It's going to be late. Very good. Our next word is the word lip. Lip. And we're going to change the I to ah. So the new word is lap. Good job. Our next word is the word mood. Mood. And we're going to change the d to n. So what is the new word going to be? Moon. Moon is the new word. The next word is spy. Spy. We're going to say it without the p part. So the new word is sigh. Good. Our next word is the word mouth. Mouth. And we're going to change the to s. What's the new word going to be? Mouse. Very good. All right, the next word is swing. Swing. And we're going to change the w to t. It's going to be sting. Very good. All righty, the next word is slide. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Slide. And we're going to say it without the d. So the new word is, kind of gave you that one already. Fly. Good. The next word is hub. Hub. And we're going to change the b to. All right, the next word is hut. Good. And then our last word is the word sip. Sip. And we're going to change the p to t. So the new word is sit. Very good. Alrighty, it's time for us to manipulate some phonemes. Our first word is the word whisk. Think about how many sounds you hear in the word whisk. How many do you hear? I hear 4 sounds. Whisk. Whisk. Good. All right, we're going to take this final sound, the k part, and change it to p. What is the new word on the curve going to be then? It is going to be wisp. Wisp. Hold on one second, guys. Okay. The next word is charge. Charge. How many sounds do you hear in charge? There are 3 sounds. Charge. Charge. Good. We're going to change the j part, though, into art. What's the new word on the curve? It is chart. Very good. Next word is the word grand. Grand. Think about it. How many sounds do you hear in grand? It's the big one. There's 5 sounds. And grand. Good. We're going to change the d part to t. What is that new word going to be? grant. Good. The next word is mend. Mend. We're going to change the, oh, sorry. How many sounds do you hear in mend? I hear 4 sounds. End. Good. And we're going to change the d part to t. So what is the new word on the curve? It is mint. Good. The next word, forge. Forge is the next word. How many sounds do you hear in forge? I hear 3 sounds. Forge. Good. We're going to change the j sound to s. So the new word is force. Like, may the force be with you. The next word is dart. Dart. How many sounds do you hear in the word dart? I hear 3 sounds. D-art. Good. We're going to change the t part to k. What will the new word be? It is going to be dark. Good. Next word is churn. Churn. And we're going to, how many sounds do you hear in churn? Churn. Good. There's 3 sounds. We're going to change the n to ch. What is this new word going to be? Church is the new word. Very good. All right. The next word is must. Must. How many sounds do you hear in must? You hear 4 sounds. Must. Ooh, there's a typo right there. Hold on one second, guys. I got to fix my typo. Okay, I fixed it. All right, so we're going to change the t part to k. So what is the new word on the curve going to be now? Musk. Good. All righty, and our last word is the word sparse. Sparse. How many sounds do you hear in sparse? You hear 4 sounds. Sparse. Good. We're going to take the s sound and change it to k. So what will the new word be? Spark is the new word. Hold on one second, guys. I need to find out what my cat is tearing up. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. She was just scratching my door. Alrighty, so it is spoonerism time. Alrighty, so our spoonerism for today is satch the snound. Satch the snound. That's kind of a weird one, huh? Let me show it to you. Satch the snound. It's supposed to say snatch the sound. Good job, guys. All right, so our learning targets for today are I can capitalize proper nouns. And then this part down here, we are not going to do this part. So we just have one learning target today. We're going to work on capitalizing proper nouns. So today we're going to review proper and common nouns, and we're also going to learn some additional kinds of proper nouns. Remember, guys, that common nouns identify general people, places, or things, and they are always written with a lowercase letter at the beginning, okay? Like the word hen, girl, and restaurant. But a proper noun identifies specific people, places, or things, and they are always written starting with an uppercase or a capital letter, like Jane and Main Streets. So let's think about some examples, multiple examples under each heading. Think about the names of specific streets and cities and states, as well as days of the week and months of the year. In order for me to do this, I have to get out of this. All right, so let's think about some common people. Common names for people. Well, we can have man, Or we could have teacher. We could have a football player. Or we could have a doctor. Those are all common people. All right, let's think about some common places. We could go to the park. We could go to the store. We could go to the library. We could go to the mall. Okay, so what are some common things? Let's see, some common things would be a ship, like a cruise ship or a Navy ship. We could have a marker. That's a common thing. We could have a laptop. It's a common thing. Or we could have oh, how about like a perfume? Okay, so now let's think about these common nouns, but turn them into specific proper nouns. Okay, so let's say instead of just a man, we had Mr. Thompson. Instead of just a teacher, we could have Miss Kofer. Spelled my own name. Instead of a football player, we could have a specific football player. We could say Randall Cobb. How about instead of just a doctor, any common doctor, we could say, oops, let's say Dr. Green. All right, so now let's look at the places. Instead of park, we could have a specific park. We could say Arrowhead Park. Instead of just a store, we could have a specific store. We could have Kroger. Instead of just a library, we could have a specific library. We could say Norris Public Library. And instead of a mall, just a specific mall, we could say Westtown Mall. Okay. Now let's look at the things. Instead of just a ship, we could say the Aurora could be the name of a ship. Instead of just a marker, we could have Crayola marker. Instead of just a laptop, we could have Acer Chromebook. And instead of just perfume, we could have a specific perfume called Daisy. Okay, so these are common, like they could be any of the things that you're talking about. Like there's hundreds and hundreds of parks just in Tennessee alone. I don't know which specific park I'm talking about unless I say the proper name of that noun, Arrowhead Park. Okay. All right, so, oh no, we're going to read 3 sentences, and there are many errors in these sentences. There are proper nouns that have not been capitalized, and they are missing some punctuation, so we're going to fix them, and we're going to find the nouns and verbs in each sentence. Our first sentence is, Rob and Beth invited me to celebrate their birthday on June 23rd, 2013. What is wrong with this sentence, guys? There are so many things wrong. Hmm. Well, first of all, I see my first problem, there's no punctuation, right? You have to have punctuation at the end of a sentence. I also see three nouns, Rob, Beth, and June. And not only are they nouns, but they are about a specific person or a specific day or month. And so that makes them proper nouns. So we have to capitalize them. So here we go. We capitalized Rob and Beth because they are both proper nouns. We capitalized the month of June, and then we added our period at the end. Okay, let's look at another one. I want you to try to do this one first before I give you any information, okay? The bash will take place on Tuesday at Pike Park on Main Street in the town. All right, so take a few seconds. What do you see that is wrong with this sentence? Tell me what it is. Okay, so I see a lot that's wrong. First, again, I don't see any punctuation at the end of the sentence. And this time, the first letter of the sentence is not capitalized and it's not a proper noun. So I have to make sure that I capitalize that. I know that Tuesday is a specific day, so it needs to be capitalized. What else do you guys see? I see the name of a park, Pike Park, so that needs to be capitalized. I see the name of a specific street, Main Street, so that needs to be capitalized. So here we go. We capitalized the first letter of the sentence. We capitalized Tuesday because it's a proper noun. We capitalized Pike Park, both words of that name because it's a proper noun. We capitalized Main Street because it is a proper noun, and we added punctuation to the end of the sentence. Good. Here we go. Some children I know from the town of Barton will be there too. All right, so take a few minutes. What do you see that needs to be fixed? Okay, here we go. See if you got this right. We capitalized the first letter of the sentence. We added punctuation and we capitalized the name of the town, which was Barton. All right, so now we are going to learn a new type of proper noun. So many times we write names with a title in front of the person's last name as a sign of respect. That title always begins with capital letter. Here's an example, like this teacher is Miss Riley. So her last name is Riley. We put Miss in front of it and we have to make sure we capitalize it, just like with my name, Miss Kofer, or Miss Stockwell's name. We have a title in front of our name that needs to be capitalized. So MR period says Mr. Mr. is the title for a man, whether he is married or unmarried or not married. All men are titled Mr. Okay. And you do have to put that period, capital MR period. Now, MRS period or Mrs. is the title for a woman that is married, okay? Like Mrs. Stockwell is married, so her name has MRS period at the beginning of it. And here's an example, Miss Sadler, Mrs. Sadler, okay? So the word Miss, MISS, is the title for an unmarried woman. So a woman that's never been married. Those are women that have MISS, and it's usually for younger women, like, 20s, early 30s, things like that. And this is not an abbreviation, so it does not get a period. If you spell out the word Mrs. or Mr., it's a whole word. These are abbreviations of the word. That's why they get a period at the end. But the word Miss is not an abbreviation, so it does not get a period. And then we have Ms., MS, period. And that is the abbreviation and the title for a woman who is either married or unmarried. Either way, it doesn't matter. I am not married, so my title is MS period or Ms. So we're going to read 3 sentences. And again, there's errors in these sentences. There are more proper nouns that haven't been capitalized, and there's missing punctuation. And so we're going to find the nouns and the verbs in the sentences. You guys ready? Okay. Did Mr. Lane chop the wood into logs for the fireplace yesterday? What do you guys see that is wrong? Well, I see the first letter is already capitalized, so I don't need to worry about that. But what else is there? There's no punctuation. Is this just a regular sentence? What kind of sentence is this? That's right, it's a question. So the punctuation at the end has to be a question mark. Good. And we have a specific person in this sentence. Mr. Lane is a person. So what do we need to do to his name? All right, so we had to capitalize the M in Mr. and then we had to add that period. Remember, you have to put a period for the abbreviation. We capitalized the L in Lane and we added a question mark. All right, so let's look at what are the nouns in this sentence. Well, we know that Mr. Lane is a proper noun. We just said that. Wood is a noun. Logs are a noun. And fireplace are nouns. What's the action of the sentence? What is the verb? Yeah, it's the word chop. Chop is the verb. Good job, guys. All right, next sentence. Mrs. Jefferson placed 3 pies on the shelves in the kitchen for Miss Craft on Sunday. There's a lot in this one. Take a minute. What do you see that needs to be fixed? Okay, so I know that we have to capitalize this because not only is it a proper noun and a title, but it's the first word of the sentence. So we have to capitalize M in MRS. What do we need to do at the end of MRS? Add the period. Jefferson needs to be capitalized because it's her last name. What about Miss Craft? That is a specific person. We need to capitalize the M in the title and capitalize the C in her last name. What else, guys? Do you see anything else? Yes, the word Sunday is a proper noun. We need to capitalize the S in Sunday. And one more thing, add the punctuation at the end. So here we go. Mrs. Jefferson placed 3 pies on the shelves in the kitchen for Miss Craft on Sunday. All right, so what are the nouns in this sentence? Well, we know that Mrs. Jefferson is a proper noun because it's a specific person. We know that Miss Craft is a proper noun because it's a specific person. We know that Sunday is a proper noun because it's a specific day of the week. Are there any other nouns in that sentence? I see 3. I know pies are a thing, shelves are a thing, and a kitchen is a place. So those are all nouns. Now, what is the action, the verb of this sentence? Placed is the verb. Very good. Okay, let's go back. Actually, I want to look at those other sentences. We forgot to find the nouns and verbs. Okay, so we have Rob and Beth invited me to celebrate their birthday on June 23rd, 2018. That one says 13, doesn't it? All right, so we already know that Rob is a proper noun and Beth is a proper noun. And we know June is a proper noun because we capitalized them all. Are there any other nouns in that sentence? Yeah, birthday is a noun. It's a day, a thing. What about the action? What is the action verb of this sentence? Invited. Good. Alrighty, let's see. The bash will take place on Tuesday at Pike Park on Main Street in the town. What are the nouns of this sentence? Well, we know that Tuesday was a proper noun because we capitalized it. We know that Pike Park was a proper noun. We know that Main Street was a proper noun, but there's two more nouns, two common nouns in this sentence. We have bash and we have town. Good. What is the action? What's the verb in this sentence? Well, this one is kind of tricky because it's not really an action, but the verb is will. Will is the verb. All right, last one is some children I know from the town of Barton will be there too. We knew Barton was a proper noun, but there are more. I see two more nouns, two common nouns. Children and town. Good. And what is the verb? This time the verb is two words. It's will be. We have a being verb and we have a helping verb in this sentence. So will be are the verbs. Okay, so let's get back to. So you have one page to work on today. Let me here we go. Make this smaller. So today you're going to do this page, okay? Your directions say, have students rewrite the names correctly in part 1, then have students write a name for each common noun in part 2. So you're going to look at this page, okay? I'm going to open it with Cami. Alrighty, so if I look at this, Mr. Halter, I know that Mr. has to be capitalized because it's a title. Oops. Okay, and we have to put the period after it, and Halter is the last name, so we have to capitalize that one. So you're just going to retype the name correctly for the first part. For the second part, it says, have students write a name for each common noun. So in girl, so I'm going to write the name of a girl. I'm going to write Caitlin. All right, so this is a common noun. You're going to write a proper noun. All right. And then on the bottom part, it says, have students rewrite these sentences correctly. Then have students draw circles around the common nouns, a box around the proper nouns, and a wiggly line under the verbs. It's a lot here, guys, okay? So you're going to put a circle around the common nouns, a box around the proper nouns, and a wiggly line under the verb, okay? Just want you to try your best on this one. Alrighty. And that is actually the end of today's lesson. We worked on capitalizing proper nouns today. You do not have a new story to read. Your work for this class is to do this worksheet, and I gave you a spelling crossword puzzle to work on. And don't forget that you also have spelling words to write that are due Wednesday instead of Tuesday now, okay? All right, so that is it, guys. I hope you have a great afternoon, and I will see you tomorrow. Before I let you go, though, our secret word for today is pillow. Pillow. I want to put my head on one right now. Alrighty, guys. I'll see you later. Bye.